So I replaced the trunk pan myself. It doesn't look that great, but it's good for me. Basically, if you go and get these trunk pans from Summit or whatever, after you have them delivered to your house, it's like $500 for the set, and then you got to take the whole thing apart, which I don't really know if I want to do. So I just bought a piece of metal, piece of steel right there. It was like $35, and I cut it out and put it in, and then back here where it still looks pretty scummy, I was dealing with like the rust was kind of almost turning into cornflakes. Like if you hit it with a hammer, it would crack. So I thought it was better when I started. So basically what I did there is I just kept on feeding the welder into it, and I cut strips of metal, and I just welded the strips in, and then kept on welding it, and then I went to the back and welded it up in the back. And it doesn't look that great, but it works for me. It's solid. And when I take that rear end out, if I still care, I might cut that section out and redo it. But I really don't care, you know. I just want it to be solid so I can move forward with the project and not have rust in this thing. And then just to kind of make it look, you know, right, I put some flatware in there and welded it down. It'll also stop things from bouncing around back here, but it doesn't look that bad. It looks pretty good. Primer's still dry. This is what came out of it, so you can see that it was just toast. And I made a little template. I cut it out, and there you go. So I probably have about I think with the welding wire and all that stuff, I don't know, somewhere around $50 in this thing. Welding wire is kind of expensive, so maybe a little bit more. But it's solid. Even over here, I had to like fill in little holes, and it's so thin that, you know, it ended up looking like that. I really don't care. Down the line, I might end up putting some real sheet metal in that. And then I banged this fender, or this quarter panel out in like a couple hours, and it's got a pretty good shape to it. What I did was I took this taillight out, and I went and got a 2x4 from Home Depot for like $3, and just pushed it out. And it's looking all right. So, you know, I think I'll have a pretty good time lining this up. It's looking not so bad. So, what I've already done is I got the door on and the hinges right over here. I got the roof was sunk in, and so I lifted it with my engine hoist and kind of let it sit for a while. I put like scalding hot water on it, let it sit for a while, and I still have dents right here, so I think the headliner might have to come out. And then what I did wrong was I cut this pillar the size before I fixed the roof. So this is really becoming like, you know, you got to fix it all at once in order to fix it. So I have a gap here, but that's okay because I didn't throw away my sheet metal from when I cut it out, so I can just cut little strips and weld it. This one right here, I'm going to attack this next. I think I might just try to pull it out, or I might have to take some stuff out here and drill a hole and push it from the inside or something like that. I don't really know, but I looked underneath and it's pinching the line, so that the fuel line. So the fuel line is probably going to get replaced. This is looking okay. This quarter panel, it's going to be like rough like this for a while, but you know, I don't want to use too much Bondo, so I'm going to have to go and get the highs and low spots best I can. I'm not going to make anybody do it for me. So, and then the trunk is looking pretty good for what it is, for a home repair, and for about, you know, $65 or whatever. And good news, the shocks are pretty good. The shocks aren't that bad. So eventually, I'm going to be taking this rear end out and putting my 8 3/4 in, and I might just deal with the bottom end of this thing later on. But that's about all I can show you. Yeah, I got all this crap I got to deal with. So what I want to do, you know, it's getting rained on and stuff like that. I want to get this carpet, everything out of here, and find out how bad the floors are in here. But all in all, you know, it's pretty easy to work on, especially a 4-door. It's easy to get into. I found a bunch of old quarters and pennies and shit. Okay, so the good news for me is there's a 1967 Belvedere in the junkyard. Not pick and pull. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to get crushed. So I have access. This is where I got this part right here. I mean, they even have like a bench seat and stuff. I don't need that, but I mean, if I want to, I could just cut this out, and I'm not going to, though. It doesn't really need, you know, to be cut out, but I have access to parts if I need it, and that's good. So that's really all I can show you. Okay, guys. For like 3 people watching my channel, thank you for watching, and stay tuned.